does have a level 47 Petra, so this isn't out of left field or anything, but it'll be interesting to see and figure out whether or not this is like a normal pick or whether it's like recent events with Radish at the Winter Royale or the Winter Championship or just general sentiment to Petra in general is the reason why we're seeing Coco pick Petra in turn.
Now, this is going to be a very tough match because Simple kind of has every advantage going for him here. You know, he's got the experience, he's got the power rank, and right now he's definitely got the speed. Really just kind of dancing around Coco. There was so much damage that happened early on, even just the little things like hitting that sword down light and going for a ground pound instead of just a side air or a down air, getting that maximum damage even on just an edge guard.
Now, one of the reasons that Godly is not playing Asuri as like the leading option anymore is because you have to play that sword slower. Who is the king at playing slow, at forcing your opponent to slow themselves down and play your game that you exceed at? Simple.
Keep it
He's
simple.
done it so much of his career. He did it back when he Bodvar with that hammer and sword. Now he's going to be able to do it on Asuri with her Katars and sword.
And right now, that has catapulted Simple for a full stock lead. Coco, ooh, getting a bunch of unanswered hits to really start bringing this one back.
Hopping over to the gauntlets, not going to have as consistent of a KO option. Of course, he's got the sideline side
momentum.
Air. Coco don't care, though, getting the KO off the top and turning what was like a full stock lead into basically even.
Oh, and manages to sneak out the weapon throw. Continue that momentum. Don't let off the gas here.
Gonna recover the other way to put some space in between. Simple over on the edge. Throws out that recovery, not making contact again. Petra's gonna have some speed as well. So you might just see Coco outrunning some of these options. That Simple throws out if Simple doesn't actually move himself forward while he's doing it. If he's not dashing when he does that, if he's not doing a chase dodge forward. He might just not have the range for the way that Coco is outrunning some of these options.
Yeah, you definitely see Coco starting to get a little bit more of that spacing down, getting around. Oh, I love that option. The gravity cancel down signature. The teleport actually does reset you against the wall, but unfortunately the rest of his options got starved out in short order. Just a weapon toss and a juke.
Simple was enough of a threat over there that Coco was so worried about the edge guard for good reason. One, Simple is a very strong player with a strong edge guard weapon, but also we're playing on Demon Island, so that wall is tiny. Now, while it's easy for him to reset his jumps with that signature like we saw previously, getting over to that wall and just touching it on your own without the aid of that signature against Simple, that's a tall order.
Ooh, has a little bit of corner threat. You see it with that Petra signature. Everybody who plays Petra, they're looking for that dunk. They want the Dream Spirit Bomb.
Seeing Coco fighting back in this one against Simple. It's now going to be that sword coming out. Again, those back-to-back neutralites, that is something Coco has thrown out several times, but he doesn't go for it there. It's usually towards the beginning of the stock, and he's already transitioned out of it and gone for that neutralite into the side light follow-up.
Oh, beautiful spacing from Simple. Knew that the orb down air was coming and was like, all right, I'm going to let that one bounce off the ground, then I'm coming in for the perfect punish.
And there's the light side air to finish that one up. Simple had so many of the movement options from Coco, but that gauntlet, sorry, not the gauntlet, the orb side air actually got Coco back on the stage. So then Simple didn't want to mess with the edge guard. He didn't have to. There's no reason to risk that when you can just wait for your opponent to land on stage, hit the D-Light side air right on the corner, and force a legend swap from Coco over to the Negan.
Okay, now this is something I was not expecting. We do have a pretty decent stage for it, although there is that soft platform that Simple's going to be able to land on. You see him going there immediately right off the bat, because the craziest part about Negan is he has that great sword. That is a weapon that you definitely need to practice against, you need to practice with. It is one of the most mechanically complex things in Brawlhalla, but it does want to use a lot of runway. It needs a lot of stage space to be able to use its attack chains.
So Coco's Petra was level 47, going to be his 5th highest level legend. Jae Yun is right behind that. Level 44, going to be his 6th highest level legend. So a lot of time spent on this, of course, has the Negan crossover as well. You see the gold forged greatsword. That, oh, I thought he was going to end it there.
Yeah, definitely was looking for the big finisher. He's got the dodge reads, just not enough to score off the top.
I think Coco was a little bit too worried to throw out a D-Light there because that was a GC D-Light that came out from Simple. So he was worried about Simple being a little bit too high to get over the D-Light that would lead into the recovery, that would lead into the KO, which is why we saw the answer that Coco went for instead of the standard bread and butter KO combo.
Yeah, I mean, at least get some sort of punish rather than just kind of letting him get off scot-free.
Gonna play this one nice and safe. He has the lead on Simple.
Ooh, there it is. That was just enough damage. And now the question is, how much extra credit can he get? We saw some crazy dodge reads already with that greatsword. Can he do it again?
That seems to be his weapon for the damage buildup phase of getting the stock from Simple, and then all of a sudden wants to swap over to the sword for maybe those more consistent options, maybe those safe options that lead to a KO. Because like we saw earlier, like hit the in-light finisher, but that's going to send up and to the right or up and to the left at that 45-degree angle, and that didn't lead to the KO. So maybe he's going to be focusing on that sword for that KO finisher, for that stock finisher.
Yeah, so this is a much closer game than the previous one, but unfortunately, you know, Simple, he stemmed the bleeding before Coco was able to really run away with that second stock.
I can't believe Simple was able to punish that.
Oh my gosh! Trick shots? Okay.
Okay.
Get all the
Coco
extra
with the
damage.
swagger?
I think his weapon
The
throws are laser
exaggerated
guided.
swagger?
They just can't miss.
Yeah, it seems like it. Neutral light coming out from Simple, hoping for the dunk there, or at least the setup into maybe a future dunk or a very early stock loss for Coco. He's not going to find purchase with it from the middle of the stage. Man, Coco can cover so much with that D-Light.
Yeah, really looking for the range. There he's got the dash through. Oh my gosh, look at all the damage. Unarmed, sneaks by, goes for the hit,
Wow.
even pressing the advantage further before grabbing his weapon. Man, Coco is feeling himself.
Yeah, he's got to be feeling pretty confident after that instead of retreating back and grabbing the weapon. And there's the D-Light ground pound from Simple to finish that one up. He's not too far behind. Has around 100 damage on his final stock. Getting closer to red. There is a weapon spawn on the field, but it favors Simple. He's going to get over to it, grab the pair of Katars. D-Light into the gravity cancel, neutral heavy, over to the swap, onto the greatsword. Coco might be looking for the regular sword soon if he wants to continue the way he's done it so far.
Oh
Finishing
my
off the
gosh.
stocks, because even that, the dare into the neutral air, gets the recovery to finish this one up. He was just in the yellow. That Negan swap working great for him.
Yeah, absolute chef's kiss there. Now I think it's going to come down to what map are they going to play it on. I don't expect him to switch off the Negan. I think this is going to be just kind of the run through for the whole thing. Simple, I don't think we saw a legend change. Okay, I'm staring at a Demon Island for this next match. This is, I think, even a better map for Coco than the previous. There's no soft platform. It's all runway for the greatsword to do what it does.
Now, we do have very tiny walls, and we haven't seen too much from Coco over on the wall to see what he has in terms of the edge guard game. We've seen him throw a couple signatures over the corner, like the neutral signature on the greatsword, but most of those, when he throws them out on the corner, are not hitting or they've been punished. And what really worries me about this is I think Simple definitely has the advantage on the edge, but then exactly like you said, Coco with all the runway of Demon Island, he may have the advantage on the main stage.
Yeah, there's just a lot of potential, but Simple doesn't seem to let Coco land. He's really sticking on him this time. Uh-oh, but all it takes is just a little bit and a dodge read. Wow, really going for those signatures out of the attack chains.
and Simple's able to punish them pretty well.
Yeah, he's definitely been tagging Coco consistently. We've got both players in the red. There it is, Simple scoring the first knockout, but it was by inches.
Anytime we see that neutral signature coming out from the Greatsword, it seems like Simple knows that data inside and out because he's able to get in while it seems like that animation is still playing. Simple just has the timing on a dash in and punish that with a sword D-Light or a sword in-light so well. He's done it several times. He's even done it like when he's on the edge. Ooh. So he's able to get around the corner, get on stage, and still find punish before Coco is able to respond.
Yeah, and that is absolutely great because you cannot let him have carte blanche to just go swinging with these big hits. You got to make him pay for it because otherwise he's going to run away with such a huge damage lead.
There he kept going the same direction after turning things around. Oh, just the two-piece there.
Oh, wow. Expecting the dodge in or no dodge.
Simple just kind of tearing away. Knockout by 1,000 cuts if he has to do it. Now he's swapping back over to the sword. The D-Light recovery is not really even close to KOing now. He'd have to get a Hail Mary way high up in the air.
Oh.
And Coco, he's just floating around, swinging the Greatsword with those recoveries, and he found a connection.
Yeah, a couple recoveries, the neutral air, just everything that swings above. Looking to catch another of Simple's landings, but Simple just dancing right around every one of these swings with the Giant Blade.
Simple's just really struggling to find any way to get in on this Greatsword from Coco. Finally hits the recovery, but even that is not enough. Coco's just kind of running around.
Oh my gosh.
Every now and then it'll also hit the string like that, and Simple is in dangerous territory. He does have the sword.
Coco just absolutely turning this set around after the way that game number 1 went. There it is, finally. Simple tying up the stocks, but not before he took so much damage. And Coco, what I think next he's got the regular sword primed?
Yes. So Simple has to keep him on this. I mean, even when he's on this, I think Simple might be taken out with a D-Light recovery. It might need just a little bit more damage, but yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because he gets the Greatsword, and he gets the dare into the neutral air for the KO. Fighting back in this one, it was looking tough for Coco, but the swap to Negan coming in clutch, showing that there's more than one Greatsword player out there.
Yeah, okay. I'm not surprised. I'm staring over at the map bans. Demon Island got banned out, like, immediately. We are not going back there. That map is so phenomenal for the Greatsword. So it looks like we're going back to Small Fortress of Lions. So there is that one small platform that Simple can hope to land on and not have to deal with all the shenanigans of the Greatsword.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought to bring up, the idea of that soft platform to kind of get in that safe landing zone, because, I mean, you just saw it right there, the D-Light. I swear that covers like a third of this stage.
It's absolutely wild, especially dashing into it. You know, you can engage from pretty much bow D-Light ranges. It's crazy.
It feels like you can engage from small Brawlhalla and you will still land over here on the Fortress of Lions. Simple going over to the wall, man.
Yep.
He doesn't want to play this game anymore.
He was like, no thank you, I have had enough. I would like to breathe.
Yeah, and he finds one hit. That's just so brutal as a Qatar player, having to play against Coco, who's getting 1, 2, sometimes 3, maybe even more hits, and Simple's getting like 1 at a time, and it's Qatar's.
Okay, but now we're seeing Simple adopting a lot more of this short hop play style. He's been seeing a lot of those dash in down lights, and he's punished a couple of them now by this point, just because that is a significant amount of range. Coco manages to take the first stock, but again, we see it's very, very close at the opening of the game.
Sword in hand, maybe Simple will be looking to catch Coco.
Beautiful. Once again,
Jumping
short hopping over that down light. That's Coco's main engagement tool thus far, and Simple has found an answer.
Gets the stock as well, evening this one up, has his choice of weapons. Gonna continue juggling, goes back over to the guitars. Coco's gonna be looking for the next weapon. It is gonna be that normal sword. Oh, he had the range for that. Keeping the damage up. The longer that he keeps Coco off of the greatsword, the better. Doesn't matter whether it's sword, doesn't matter whether it's unarmed.
So
where's the weapon spawn, TWK? I feel like it's been 20 minutes.
It's right there. You know, you just had to ask for it. It's on demand. Oh,
he makes contact.
The first of those big
goes
signatures actually landing here. That's definitely going to stick in the mind.
I was a little bit surprised that he went back over to the sword, but I think he just wanted to keep Simple weapon starved, period. Mid side air coming out from Simple, who was able to make it over and grab a sword, but Coco has the great sword in hand. That's going to be the burn dodge. Simple looking to punish the landing. It was just a side light that made no contact as Coco gets back to the main platform. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, luckily there was a lot of stage left to go, but not enough ceiling to go. Coco, once again, marching Simple down to his final stock. And this could be Simple's final game in the winner's bracket.
I'm thinking Coco might take this one.
You think so?
Yeah,
it is
I'd give
dead
it like
even.
70-30. I think Simple, unless he can make something huge happen here, I think the mental might be a little bit broken here. Because you're fighting against Greatsword, which I don't know if how you feel about fighting against Greatsword. I don't like it. It is it weighs on my mental quite a bit. Knowing Simple, I don't know him that well, but knowing Simple at least as much as I do, I could see the frustration really setting in, especially now that he has guitars going up against this greatsword, and Coco has momentum in his favor. It's 2-1 in the set right now. The swap over to Negan, I think the mental damage might be too much. Simple is such a clutch player. There's a reason we've talked about him for years and years and years.
Man, Simple does manage to sneak in, arm himself up. Now he's got the sword and contesting everything that Coco was falling with. Sword neutral air, definitely one of the best air-to-air anti-airs in the game.
See if the pressure is the thing that gets to Coco here. If Simple is able to maintain mental fortitude, he has Coco in the red.
He's definitely
Coco
worked his way back.
This one out.
Oh, went for the big signature, but Simple just drifting out of it. Those short hops paying such great dividends for Simple.
Coco's disarmed. Simple has complete control of the weapons. Weapon spawn coming in, but it favors Simple.
Whoa, whoa, side air just at the tip, and that's going to be Simple keeping this alive for a game number 5.
Coco is actually moving into this one very quickly, banned out his 4 maps, leaving up Apocalypse, Demon Island, Small Fortress of Lions. I know we're not going to Demon Island.
No, no, sir. So it's going to be
Going back.
Small Fortress of Lions.
Yep.
I respect it.
Simple hoping that he can replicate the success that he had last game in this game. We are in a game 5 here between these two players. This is a top 8 qualifier on the winner's side. So your bracket here changes drastically, whether you're on the winner's side or whether you are on the elimination side.
So we see Simple, he plays these short hops to stay over that downlight of the greatsword, and then as soon as he lands, he's going to be dashing in with that guitar side light, get the chip damage, get the extra combo, just a little bit of juggle.
These
Oh
in-light,
my
oh, he
gosh.
gets the 3-piece there. These in-light D-lights from Coco. He's just fighting them so consistently, and he was able to find the in-light finisher there towards the end. But you can see that does not have KO power that it used to.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing, right? I love seeing Coco engage with those greatsword neutral lights because that is the answer to the short hops. If he's getting over your down lights, you gotta swing for the skies.
Coco has a very nice lead here. Still in the orange. He almost has Simple in the orange. Well, dodged through the weapon toss. The unarmed neutral air coming through. It's now back to the sword for Simple. Coco just kind of fishing for those dares, those neutral lights as well. Ooh, that was close. Oh, that's going to be a punish again,
Oh
dude!
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Coco's really running away with this game. Working on a 3-stock.
Man. So the fact that Simple was able to come back last game, I think the momentum, or at least a little bit of momentum, in his favor.
My
I didn't
gosh.
think this was going to happen.
This is brutal.
Even if last game, let's just say the score was like 0-0 or whatever by magic, even if Coco was able to win last game and then not win the set, I didn't think it was going to be this heavily in his favor this very next game. I thought Simple was really starting to figure it out, but no, Coco's just got his number.
Yeah, it's the adjustment to the adjustment. That's why I love watching these best-of-5 sets. You get that adjustment time, and especially players of this caliber, you know they're going to find the answers.
This could be. Okay,
Oh!
setting up. Yes!
Okay,
It's the second ground pound. That was huge.
The dream
That's
is alive.
wrestling momentum back in his favor. He's still so far behind. The next weapon Coco picks up will be the Great Sword, which is, and Simple's disarmed.
Uh-oh. That's dangerous. Now he's got the sword, the downlight, side air. That's enough. Coco with a 3-2 victory over Simple to make it
That's
into
huge.
winner's side top 8.
That's so huge.
Massive.
Coco's PR 24. Simple
Ooh.
is PR 5.
Yo, let's go.
That is a huge win for Coco here. Guaranteed top 8 on the winner's side. That means a top 6 placement under his belt, going big for France today.
Wow.
Man, that swap over to the Negan, totally the right choice. Totally the right choice.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were talking about the legend levels for the experience.